So this is technically day 3 or 4. I didn't upload yesterday only because I was really tired. I had class, so I was just like, to come home from work to try to get, if I can, even get a little workout in, and then go straight to class and get out at 9. And I was just not feeling it. But I will tell you what I did for progress for the business that I was talking about in the last one. It's the online e-commerce store. So I reached out to another manufacturer. We spoke a little bit about pricing, how much certain customs for different designs are going to cost, shipment pricing, samples. Try to see if I can get some samples, see if I like it, and designs. Did I say that? Like customization, how much everything like that is going to cost. Just basic stuff. I also designed couple. I came up with a couple designs that I want to do for like a drop almost. One thing I want to capitalize on is that Halloween is next month. So the idea is that I already got everything for the first drop that I planned out how it's going to be, the designs that I want, the product. It's just now putting the funds aside, which isn't really a big deal, to buy everything. So the thing is that I want to get everything by October. That makes sense. At least by the middle of October, I can already have the shipments and stuff at least on its way because everything's coming from overseas. So it's gonna take time. I also did the it was had to do. So I was talking about the designs. I also spoke a little bit about how I did the reached out to the manufacturer. I came up with some stuff. I think I came up with the pricing. Like, yeah, I came up with how much everything was going to cost me for the initial purchase. And you can see my brain is literally all over the place because I have so much stuff going on just outside of what I'm doing here. Like I said in my previous video, they say a scattered brain gets nothing done. And that is true depending on how you use your scattered brain. Okay, like I've learned to organize my scattered brain to focus on to have filing cabinets of like certain things that I'm doing, if that makes sense. So the thing is that I have a trip to Miami coming up. It is actually at the end of this month, September. That's a whole nother separate like business trip. Realistically, I'm going out there. I have a buddy that lives out there, so I'm gonna go basically stay at his place for like a week. Go out there, network, find some people that are into the real estate game out there, content creators, and just overall have a decent time. At least I'm not gonna go out there partying, fucking, and getting lit. Realistically, I'm just going out there to talk to people, meet new people, and eat some Cuban food because I've missed a good Cuban sandwich and a strong Cuban coffee. Been dying for it, literally, like since I left. I think the last time I went to Miami was last year, last April actually, and I haven't been back since. I want to go back because I need to re-up on my Cuban food. Literally, that's mainly, other than networking and business aside, I just really, really want Cuban food. I love Cuban food. The first time having it out there, it was just amazing. It's just something. I'm a sucker for traveling and trying different cultures. Like literally, that's just the best way I can say it. Whether it's food, lifestyle, their ways of living. However, but this is that's a different topic. This video has nothing to do with that. Sorry. But yeah, so I can't operate it. I am going to operate a little bit as much as I can to get as much work done as I can while I'm out there in Florida. But I know that I won't have, even if the product comes earlier than expected, it's not like I can ship out any sales that I get. You know what I'm saying? I can't ship any product out if I don't have it on hand because I'm not home, So that's why it's critical because the drop is for Halloween. Some of the products that are exclusive to Halloween you'll probably be able to purchase it in November, early November-ish as well. But the idea is that to capitalize on Halloween, people love Halloween, especially with the product and the niche or niche that I'm focusing on for this product, I definitely see that if I can get everything out prior, I mean, like, website's already up, right? If I could just get the product on hand, then I don't mind paying for advertisement. I don't mind going and just basically promoting the product so it can go out there and get some sales. All that will come realistically easy. I'd say the harder part is getting organized first, because doing the sales, the initial sales and all that is going to be easy. You know, not easy in the sense where I'm going to just pop up, do my first day of ads, and I'm going to have a sale. I might get that lucky. But I'm saying easy in the sense of setting everything up and at least advertising and getting it to where it's SEO or SEO is search engine optimized. So what the fuck am I even saying? Just make sure everything's like perfect in terms of, when people look up key terms, my product's gonna show. My product is gonna have TikToks, Instagram Shorts, or Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, things like that. That's what I mean. That is gonna be easy. I guess the advertising part is gonna be easy. Getting the product out there. That part's really not that hard. If we were living way back then, like even in the 1980s, I'd say you probably would have some trouble. You got to go knock on doors, call people. But nowadays with the internet, it's like it's super easy. The only hard part that stopped me from doing it is your brain. So if you really, really want to create a product and sell it, all you got to do is just think. It's honestly that simple. I know I'm saying it as if I've done this before in terms of creating a product and selling it. I've dabbled in it, but I never really took it seriously. And that's the problem, is that if you're going to do something, you need to actually take it serious. So right then and there, I try to take everything that I do seriously and stay as organized as possible. But it's honestly, there's nothing hard in life. There really isn't. It's all about mindset. And if you're watching this video, I hope that you're learning. I hope that I'm a good teacher, that I'm teaching you something. In this video, there probably wasn't too much to learn from, other than maybe, like I said, capitalizing on holidays or specific events and stuff like that is very smart. But as we get more into the detail about how to run the store, the analytics, really getting into the SEO, marketing and all that, that's when I'll be able to pull up the screen and show you guys a little bit more into detail. But right now I can't pull anything up because I don't have anything to show you. So kind of just like, not saying I'm going off of randomness of nothingness. However, I am going off of planned plans. That makes sense, because I know this is what I'm going to do, and I'm going to show you the process. And the idea is that I'm not expecting instant success. Okay, this is literally just a side hobby. This is like a side quest. Is to see that if my sales skills are as good as they will be when I am an official real estate agent, and I'm fully into the real estate game again. And talking about that, I just got an email starting up my previous business for my real estate thing that I had going on years ago. Like, if you are a long-time member of the channel, you remember what I'm talking about. Yeah, so realistically, and just all I could say is I got to just thank the man upstairs, because if you put in the work and he sees that you're really grinding, you're going to get it. It's scary. It really is. And like especially coming from my overall experience in the past, is that I had it's almost like he gave me a taste. He was like, listen, this is the life that I have planned for you, but what are you going to do with it realistically? And I had the tools, I had everything that I needed to do everything right the first time realistically, but not really, only because my approach was more naive. I didn't read any books. I didn't study business. I didn't study human psychology. I didn't do any of that. I just was a naive 20-year-old kid realistically that thought, hey, I have my own fucking LLC. I have my own, I have my own stuff. I made it. So once I had that reality check to basically of losing everything, I lost my girlfriend. I lost my business. I lost my self-confidence, my self-esteem, to basically go from the shell of the person that I once was to evolving into what I am now, into what you guys are seeing in this camera, to what my future is going to behold, as long as I stay positive and keep the mindset going and constantly learn. is limitless. And the idea is that I want to share this. I'm not a selfish person. I want to share this vision, this passion, this mindset, this the idea that anyone can do this. Whether you're black, you're white, you're Spanish, you're Asian, even if you're an alien from Mars, right? If you read, sounds cliche, if you read the important things you need to read, you can accomplish anything. Yo, this world, this reality is what you make of it. I know this is completely off topic from starting the business title, right? But I really want y'all to understand this. Like, it's so real. It really is. What more can I say? And I just want to keep doing things that, make my family proud. And, the man upstairs. That's all I could really do. And just try my best and walk through life and just try not to learn from my mistakes, even though I do learn from my mistakes, but try to learn from other people's mistakes before I can make those same mistakes. That's very important. Had I would have read prior, I wouldn't be in the situation. However, who knows what situation I would have been in. I would have been with a person that was realistically using me. And I would have what? I would have been in a delusion even longer. And then that would have been even a harder crash down to rock bottom than what I had. So it's something. Like, it really is. I'm telling you, like, I wish I could explain the fucking, like, if you know, like, how life really be working, like the events that I've been through this year alone, yo, is ridiculous. I literally had the craziest roller coaster ride of the year so far. Like, one day, right? I don't want to do it in this particular video, but one day I'll probably go through and explain everything just a little bit more into detail about what I mean. Maybe when this year's over, I'll explain my 2024, right? And as a video in the future. But just know, a nigga been through some shit, right? And it's just crazy to think that, the hard work is paying off. The sacrifices, the staying positive, trying not to not give up, because I don't ever have that give up mentality, but that, like, fuck it moment. You know what I'm saying? If you know what I mean, you know what I mean. Yeah, but nah, so I'm also back to the business thing, just keeping everything organized. I've got my drop planned out. I spoke to the manufacturer. I want to see if they can do the designs. That's what I'm waiting for right now. If they can get the designs done, how soon they can do everything, if everything's good, and how I already know how much it costs based off the numbers that they gave me. But once I give them and show them everything, maybe it might, change, maybe less, but most likely it might be a little bit more. Once I get the final numbers on everything, right, I'm still putting money aside for it, still toss some bread aside so I can buy the shit. But once I got the numbers officially confirmed, and I know, hey, this is what's gonna happen, this is gonna do, bada bing, bada boom, start seeing a little bit better progress. But right now, it's still just working in the background. So you just got to take my word that I'm hustling right now. You just got to take my word that I'm out here on the grind and I'm doing what the fuck I'm saying I'm doing as I'm spitting into this camera. Because at the end of the day, like I said in the last one, I don't want to sit here and promote something that I'm not doing. So when I make videos about how I made my self-improvement journey, for example, or my YouTube content creation journey, I can make those videos on that because, one, I am still on my self-improvement journey. Self-improvement is something that you literally, your whole life is going to be based off that. Second is, I'm still a content creator. I've been creating content and editing and graphic design since I was 10 years old. So I've been doing this for 14 years. Yeah, I don't have the numbers to show for it. However, it doesn't discredit the fact that I've learned so much and little tips and tricks that I'm willing to share with people, There's people out there that charge the audience, that charge the public for surface level knowledge. Like, if I really sat here, because I love providing free value, right? But if there's a couple tricks that I have to keep to myself and behind a paywall. However, the one thing I'm not going to do is sit here and charge y'all for free game you could look up off a simple Google search now. Like, come on. What kind of businessman are you? You don't even have real, you don't even know anything. You're still learning as you're going, right? I mean, we all are realistically, but like, you really have no value. You're charging people for something that can easily be found out. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not with all that. However, I know a lot. I don't know a lot. I only know what I know. However, I know there's a lot of shit you can do with just content creation alone. Dude, I remember telling my ex-girlfriend about like the life that I wanted, right? Or the life that I was going to live with content creation, businesses, all this stuff. And I remember like when I would make my YouTube before I was monetized, I don't make shit. These ad revenue, like anybody sitting here telling you they're caking, you can make decent money off ad revenue, sure, but you can't sustain a livable life with ad revenue alone. But I remember when I was making YouTube videos just strictly out of passion and, just goals, just like, it's something I always did, always wanted to do. I just like having a creative outlet. And I used to tell her, like, I used to joke around, like, oh yeah, I'm working right now. But then she used to be like, this is signs how you know somebody's really not fucking with you, bro. So I'm saying I learned so much shit. I will never be in a situation like this again. When I would tell her, like, I'm working, quote unquote, I'm making my videos or whatever. And she'd be like, oh, that's not work because you don't give me no money for it. You're just like wasting your time type shit. And I remember like when she used to say that to me, and I would think like, because from what I read, is that a woman doesn't want your happiness to be based off their reaction, which is true. She wants you to be able to be happy off the fact that you're achieving your own success, correct? However, you still want the support. So it's not even like I'm coming to you for like the celebration thing, but it's more like, like this is something I really want to do. And like I'm the type of person that I am, I want to share all my blessings with everybody. Why wouldn't I want to share with my significant other? So to not understand, to not get the support that I wish I would have gotten, or not even wish, because fuck that, I don't even care no more. But the support that I would have liked to receive at that moment in time, I didn't get it. And there's a lot of other things, a lot of other red flags that I completely ignored, only because I had rose tinted glasses on from a fucking first love. So like that, I can only blame myself for so much realistically, because it's kind of like one of those things where it's like, I understand that I am, a young man. I am a young man. I'm fucking 24. I just turned 24. That I was young and I, maybe a little bit older, a little bit inexperienced, depending on who you ask, because who gets their fucking first real girlfriend at 20 years old, right? So not real. I say real, but I mean like, because I don't count like high school or middle school shit. I mean like that was like my real first love, realistically. Like I'm being dead ass. So I'm not gonna know shit, dude. I had no dad. My fucking dad got killed when I was 11 years old, like 2 days before his 30th, 2 days after his like fucking 30th birthday. So I didn't have a father figure in probably the most crucial years of or developmental years of a young boy's life, is when he's about to go into middle school and start going through like puberty and hormonal changes, and then start getting attracted, like you're noticing you like girls and stuff like that. And having, it's crazy to say it, but having a father to kind of help guide you through all that helps. It goes a long way. And not having that growing up, kind of it put me, I excelled in other areas more than other people, but I was also inexperienced on certain things versus other people. So like it was a double-edged sword. Realistically, I was sheltered. I was a good kid, good grades, decent grades, played some sports, hung out with good friends, have amazing memories. But I just never was really a big relationship person in middle school, high school. Like, so that kind of fucked me up and set me up for the hiccup that I just got over. So, well, I wouldn't say I just got over it, but the hiccup that happened in the beginning of the year. So, where the fuck was I going with this? Oh, yeah. The idea is that, listen, whoever it is, man or woman, regardless, right? If they really love you and they really fuck with you, family too, they're gonna support what it is that you want to do. It's gonna sound outlandish at first, trust me. Like I remember telling my family, like, yo, this is what I want to do. Like this is my goal. Like I don't mind. I love work, right? and I don't mind like being an employee for a little while, right? But that's not my whole life. It's not. It's for some people. Hey, they're happy with that, and if you're happy with that, don't let me knock it, right? Fuck it, you're happy. But for me to be happy, I have to make sure that my family's happy. And for my family to be happy, I have to achieve the things that I need to set so that way my family can always be happy. Where it's not just happy for this lifetime because we had one grinder that did just enough to make sure that we're okay while he's alive. No, I want to set the family up that way when I die, if they fuck it up, that's on them. That's on them. Listen, I'll put our name on the building. I'll do all that shit. Make sure we're all set. Do all that. Amazing family, nice life. But the minute I die, it's all on you guys. I'm already with the creator. I ain't got nothing to worry about no more. All my tensions and stresses is gone. But yeah, this is way longer than what I wanted it to. So see you guys maybe tomorrow in a different video and maybe a business update video. What do you guys think? You guys like this? Do you prefer... this isn't the only type of content I'd strictly upload on my channel, but do you actually like to see the journey of doing something? And let me tell you, by day 30, by day 60, by day 120, even probably by a year, we're not hitting 10,000. Well, I don't want to say we're not hitting 10,000 because I don't want to limit myself, because I'm going to try to make it to get to 10,000. But it's about the journey, okay? If you're clicking this and watching these videos and expecting me to be a fucking millionaire by episode 5, then you need to go touch some grass, because that's not how the world works, buddy. It's going to take some time. But nonetheless, it's something that I'm willing to do. It's something I'm willing to show the people and put into their head the idea that you can start a company and sell it, and you can live comfortably off that money if that's what you want. Like, what's wrong with starting a company, working on it for 3 or 5 years, and selling it for a couple million, right? If you do that, hey, you could retire earlier. You got a couple $1,000,000, shit. Probably don't got to work. You probably be like, I don't got to do shit. I'm straight. I'm happy with that. Wouldn't you rather do that instead of retire at 70 with $500,000? You know what I'm saying? So like, it's just all about using your time wisely, and it's not complicated. It really isn't. It really, 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 really isn't. It just takes time, and you just need to process and decide where you want to put most of your attention to, because where you put most of your attention to is what's going to take up most of your time. Yes, we're obligated to work 40 hours a week minimum if you work a full-time job. However, that leaves out what? How many hours is in a week? I always hear this analogy. Everybody's always like, there's so many hours in a week. How many hours in a week? How many hours in a week? 168 hours. So you have 128 hours. If you sleep for 8 hours a day, 7 days a week, 8 times 7 is 70. Fuck. Not 70. It'd be like 50. Wait, 50. 6 times 7. I was a fucking dealer. This is how you know I haven't done that shit in a minute. Because 6 times 7 is 42. It's 49. Because 7 times 7 is 49. So you add another 7 on that. So it's 56. Wow. So yeah, all right. So it's 56. Who the fuck is that? Huh. Interesting. So yeah, 56. You sleep 56 hours, subtract that from the remaining 128 after working for 40 hours a week. 128 minus 56. What is that? Well, it's 56, because 60 is 120. I have a fucking calculator. I don't like doing math like that no more. I got brain just don't want to process right now. What's it? What did I say? 56? 56 minus 128. $72 hours. 72 fucking hours? When you put it like that, it make it almost sound impossible. But hey, there's people out there, we all got the same 24 hours in a day. People out there that make that work. I'm making it work for me. Are you gonna make it work for you? Question.